Hi, welcome to a2zknowledge.com. So in this video, we are going to kickstart with the databases, how to use databases. So we have many databases, RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. We have many databases, even we have many other than RDBMS like NoSQLs. We have many in big data. So there is many databases. So MySQL, Oracle, or DB2, or MySQL, SQL Server Management. Okay, so the question is all about for few peoples or like freshers. We have many viewers, so we have few freshers. What they are asking us, we are using database. So I'm using MySQL and I'm just creating a table. I'm inserting and recording it, and I'm doing select start from. So what is actually this is? So we are just creating a table and we are loading it and we are seeing it. So what actually in the real time we use this database? How we use this database? So some people who is an experienced in IT industry who is watching this video, you might have some idea about what I'm coming to say. But for the fresher candidates, like I just want to peoples or viewers, I can say. So for you, this video has been especially created, and now I'm just gonna show you. I just created a dummy application as a web application in HTML. I've just created. Imagine this is an online shopping, an e-commerce site. So now the thing is, they just created this as a dummy application and they just showing this to the backend developer. Like we have 6 text boxes here. When they click submit after inserting all their details, it has to be get stored in the database. Okay, so now based on this, we create a data model. Okay, I imagine I am a database developer. So when application people, the front end guys, when they say like this, they are going to develop this application in JSP or PHP or ASP.NET. It's up to them. So this is not a video about creating how to creating a web application. This is just to kickstart with the databases. Now the thing is, now based on this, as a backend developer, I have to create a data model. Okay, we used to call it as data modeling. Okay, what is data model? So you need to tell me how many columns has to be get created for this and what data type you are going to decide. And that is the simplest thing I can say what is data model. But data model is not like simple as I explained to you. It has a many other things. It's like a huge team will be working on data modeling. It's just not like a one guy or a two guy who will create a table. It's not like that. Okay, so if you take any popular e-commerce website in market, Flipkart or Amazon, anything you take, it's not like one table or two table. It has around hundreds and hundreds of table for that one website. That's what the real thing happens in backend. And these web tables will have like more than 50 plus columns or 100 plus columns or even more than that. It's not very short as we think. Okay, so it's all lot of data modelings are there. You need to decide primary key, foreign key, whatever the RDBMS concept so far you have studied and you are aware of, everything you need to implement in that. Okay, you need to decide why we need to put int for this, why it is long, why it is date, the data types I'm speaking about. So it's a very vast area, so I cannot complete that with this one video, but just I want to make you to understand or visualize how things are happening in the real time. Okay, so and as I'm showing you, they will never show this kind of application to us. That's what the real thing happens. They won't show this kind of application to us. What they will do is all about, they will create a document. So they will say that we have some senior peoples like a solution architects or designers or managers. Okay, we can say it will be easy for you to understand if you are not experienced with IT so far. So managers, okay, we can say like that. So they will prepare a document saying that these are all the columns that we need to create, and this is or a head of data model who creates data model. So he will create a document. We'll never get application like this. Okay, so I'm just showing you, but I'm telling you what is going to happen in the real time. They will create an Excel sheet or a Word document saying that these are all the columns need to be get created. These are all the data types that we have to do, and another team who will be doing the practical. Okay, so basically we never used to get an experience to work on the end-to-end project starts from the application to the dead end. It is not possible. So that's a real time. I'm not saying this for you to get. It's not like something I'm telling make you down or something. It's not like that. So it's like things has been categorized. So you have to work only on this area. So your part is data model. You have to decide, and one guy has to execute it. So one guy have to develop an application. So something like that. So front end developer, back end developer. We just say only two words, but it totally has a lot of categorization. So the thing is, so I have to create a data model for this scenario. Okay, this is my scenario, but I am just showing you an application, a dummy application. But actually, we will be getting as a document or a mapping sheet. We call it as a mapping sheet. Yeah, that's a wonderful word. We used to get it as a mapping sheet. So with this mapping sheet, I'm going to create my data model. Okay, I have already installed my MySQL in my machine. You can choose any RDBMS database, and that is also again depends on why you are choosing and for what you are choosing. Whether you are choosing Oracle, why? If you are choosing MySQL, and why? So we need to decide that also. For my application, if I choose this particular database, it will be good. So that kind of things we need to think about, and we need to, there are many parameters. Okay, maybe that's a separate video, we can just discuss about that, what which database for which applications we are using. Okay. Okay, now I need to create a database. That's the first step. You need to, that's a hierarchy. First you need to create a database, then you need to create a table. So this is a hierarchy. So first you need to create a database. A database will have lot of tables. A tables will have lot of columns. Okay, so and each columns will have data. Okay, this is another hierarchy. Okay, first you have to create a database. Create database, and you can give some name. So I can give some name as e-commerce. So e-com. Okay, I'll just make it a very small words. E-com. Okay, enter. So database has been created. So now just give e-com. Okay, and then now we have to create a table. Okay, how many columns we need to insert or create? Yes, how many columns we need to create? Totally 6 columns we need to create. And you need to decide a data type for this. Like if you are unaware of programming languages, we say integer, string, long, float, date. Similarly, we have the same data types in RDBMS also. You have int, you have varchar. Instead of string, and few databases still use string. Yeah, you can use the word string, but here it's varchar. It can be a float or date, anything, any data types you can use. Okay, so I mean any data type, when I say it needs to match the columns. Okay, what the data you're going to insert. If you take first name, it is string, right? It's a varchar, so it consists of both words, sometimes numbers. No one have numbers in their name, but maybe they will be having, or even if it is not combination of letter words and numbers, then even it is just words also, it has to be varchar, right? So then last name varchar, email address can be combination of both integer and characters, so it's varchar, still it's varchar. And then product name, yes, of course it can be combination of both numbers and names, because some mobile phones, if you see, it has a name with the characters as well as the numbers. So address, obviously you will be having a door number, then comes all the characters, so varchar. Credit card number, okay, credit card number, it can be an integer, right? Only integers. So now, like, I'm going to create a table, create table. The table name, what I can give is orders. Okay, so don't give order. Order is a keyword. Okay, in this is an SQL command. Order is a keyword actually, so you have to use orders, or give some different name. So serial, sorry, f name. First name I'm just giving as f name instead of first name. It's a long word, right? Just give f name. Varchar of, you have to give some size for this column. Varchar of 30, not more than 30 is allowed. Okay, is not allowed. Sorry, it's not allowed. Not more than 30. Okay, if you put 31 characters, then you will get an error. Comma. See, like we cannot fix the names will be like less than 30 or more than 100. We can't able to think. We even some people will have a name which has more than 100 letters. But the thing is, like, we can even put 100, but that also decision we have to take. Even if a guy who enters this name, his name is like 100 letters, we should not allow all the 100 letters to be get inserted here, right? We can throw a pop-up message in the web application saying that not more than 30 words, sorry, letters. You can say like that, right? So that is all about the people who have to decide it. Okay, the guys who is the owner of the application, or who is the owner of the data, they have to decide it. Okay, so now I am just deciding to keep it as just 30. Then comes the L name, varchar of, I'm just giving 20, and then comes email. So email also, it's varchar of 20, and then comes product name. So I'm giving as V name, that is also varchar of 20, comma, then comes address, varchar of 20. Then comes credit card number, so I can give CC number. Okay, credit card is CC, an integer. Oh yeah, yes, table is created. Now select star from, but we won't get any data because we didn't insert anything. Okay, so orders. Okay, so basically we insert data, the data will come, the data will be get populated, from the application. Okay, so now you can write some Java code or sorry JSP or PHP or ASP.NET to connect with your database and load the data. Whatever user types, you have to capture it and load it. And we people will populate the data from another table. You can insert some records which belongs to some other table also. Yes, you can do that. Okay, so now we are not going to insert any record. For test purpose you can insert and see, but for the real time it comes from the application. So this agenda or the agenda of the video is you need to understand and visualize what things are happening in the real time. So we never just used to insert each and every record by insert into command and all. So it will come from the application. You need to create a data model and inform to your application team so that they will host the application. So application will get started and people will start typing their information and it will be get stored in the backend. Okay, so as I told you, the data come from application to your database, there will be lot of things will happen in between the data. Okay, many other teams will be working on those data and finally it comes to you sometimes. Okay, so there is many levels and many teams and many projects will be running on, depends on the same data which has been generated by the application, right? So it's a good example is your Google and Facebook. We are just using Facebook and we are just inserting a lot of data and we have more lakhs and lakhs of employees working for them. Oh, why these many employees has to work there? We have just front end and back end, but why these many developers and these many branches is there in different locations? So you need to think about it, right? So it's not like a one thing. It's the thing what we imagine should not be very small. It has to be wider. So you need to imagine and visualize in such a way. So this is all about a people who is watching this video is already experienced with some IT related technologies. Then it will be very easy for you to understand and you are already well known about what I'm coming to say. But the someone who is a fresher or someone who is a beginner in this domain, when you see this, you can able to understand and visualize. That's the agenda of this video. So thanks for watching A2Zknowledge.com. If you really like this video, subscribe my channel and forward this to your friends and colleagues. And we do lot of videos in two languages, English and Tamil. Thanks for watching.